Welcome to my world. Another time, another day for quality knowledge. Knowledge is power, health is wealth. My effort today is to talk about the quality of air and our health. The quality of air we take for granted, not until the experience of some of us 2020 COVID-19, when the air we breathed in now constituted this serious danger. Many people were dying, and many people had to now put on face masks and stay indoors. So many things happened that we now knew that the quality of air was bad. But there are other pollutants of air which we don't see. We need instruments to really see them. But the effort I am putting in is just to let us be more aware of the quality of air that surrounds us, so that when we have this knowledge is power, we will be able to really determine whether, without even government prompting, whether to complain or protest against environmental pollution, and also join the group or form groups that will fight against pollution of the air that we take in. This will not happen. You will not understand the importance if you do not acquire more knowledge, especially in air pollution. My effort today, therefore, as we go into this slide, is to let you know more about the quality of air and how it affects your health. So if you like what you are seeing or listening to, press the like button, subscribe, and you'll be notified anytime another production is out. Yes, we can do without water for some hours. Even some people can do without water for a day or thereabout. But we cannot do without air for even a minute. Once the air lacks oxygen or the essentials, it is just gone, dead as a dodo. So the topic is interesting. Air quality, health implications. The outline. Introduction, health facts and figures on quality air, chemical pollution, biological pollution, health implications, prevention and control. Introduction. Air quality is an indication of the healthfulness of the air based on the quantity of polluting gases and particulates. It contains air. Air is considered safe when it contains no harmful chemicals, aerosols that contains pathogens. That is very instructive, because we have had the experience of pandemics. These airborne diseases are included in the quality of air we take in. From WHO perspective, air pollution is contamination of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristics. This is smog. Smog is everywhere. You can see industrialized nations, these are the price they have to pay, and you can imagine who can survive. Air poisoning is a serious matter, air pollution. Facts and figures from WHO diary. Outdoor and household air pollution together accounted for approximately 12% of all deaths in 2019. Air pollution currently ranks fourth among major risk factors for global disease and mortality, just only behind hypertension, smoking, and dietary factors. In terms of economic burden, the estimated global health-related cost is so much high, that is $5 trillion in 2013, with an additional 225 in loss of labor. For WHO European region, the overall annual economic cost is in the region of 1.575 trillion, and it's a global threat. air pollution constitutes a major global public health threat that causes a range of adverse health effects even at the lowest observable concentration. So when we are talking of concentration, we are talking that these substances are supposed to be probably they are present, yes, they are in the world, but very minimal concentration, almost non-existent level. But when the concentration is now raised high, that is where it becomes a serious health problem. The Earth atmosphere normally is a mixture. In Earth's atmosphere is made up of approximately 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, argon is the next, carbon dioxide, and trace gases. Without our atmosphere, there will be no life on Earth, because the atmosphere constitutes that area where the oxygen is highly concentrated. Oxygen cannot be more than that, or else the whole place will start burning. But the mixture of nitrogen, which is more or less an inert gas, and oxygen makes the world safe. So a relatively thin envelope consisting of layers of gases that support life and provide protein for harmful protection from harmful radiation. This is the diagrammatic picture, the expression. You can see that nitrogen occupies a high percentage, and oxygen the next. Very important for all activities. If we have to work, we must have oxygen. Chemical pollutants are listed as most air pollution comes from one human activity, that is burning fossil fuel. You can see why the world is considering getting out of using petrol for transportation. So natural gas, coal, and oil. This is the cry against global warming. To power industrial processes as are exposed in that picture, and motor vehicles, pesticide, herbicide, these are produce CFC, which also affects the ozone layer, the protective ozone layer that will now make the high ultraviolet rays of the sun penetrate and cause more harms. It could be categorized as man-made or naturally occurring, that is air pollution. Major outdoor air pollutants are listed. Ozone, I just mentioned ozone. The ozone protects the health, the atmosphere more or less, because it does not allow the penetration of these ultraviolet rays of the sun. But at the same time, we are producing things that CFC, that is also reducing the ozone, depleting the ozone layer. Nitrogen oxide, these are reactive. Carbon monoxide is a very popular thing, where when you start your car in your garage, you could choke yourself with carbon monoxide because it will replace this. They replace oxygen, majority of them, and cause problems, because when there is no oxygen, that is imminent. Particulate matter, PM10 and PM2.5. When fuel are incompletely burned, various chemicals called volatile organic chemicals, VOCs, also enter the air. These are the particulate matter when you now take it in like aerosols from bacteria and food. Naturally occurring pollutants tend to remain in the atmosphere for a short time. That is one information we must know, that majority of this problem we have caused is because of man-made problems. Because man-made things, they produce things that do not disappear. Plastics, polythenes, and polyethylene, and many of these things, they do not decay quickly and do not lead. So because it's natural, it does not lead to permanent atmospheric change, because it disappears quickly from the atmosphere. The same thing, the air pollutant is the amount of material per unit volume of air. So when you are calculating the concentration, that is not acceptable. Air is commonly monitored by the United States Environmental Protection Agency and states and local environmental agencies for concentration of 6 pollutants: carbon monoxide, lead, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, ozone, and the particulate, as I had earlier mentioned, Other countries are also getting involved, but developing countries probably don't even have such luxury because they consider what is very important luxury at times. Health samples are collected and analyzed several times daily in cities and other industrial areas. The way it is analyzed, they use so many different types of, you can use even gas chromatography to analyze them. The samples are graded on a scale of 0 to 500, indicating how many parts per million contain these pollutants. A sample of 0 to 50 indicates good health. Once it's above 50, it's moderate health. Above 100, it's unhealthy. And when it's above 200, it's very unhealthy. By the time it's above 300, it becomes hazardous. And the very unhealthy and hazardous category, people may lead to people coming down with heart and respiratory problems. And I want to stay indoors. You have that kind of problem. If you go out, that is the end. Biological pollutants are also very important for consideration. When we are talking about biological pollutants, we are very used to pandemics that happens, or bird flu, influenza, COVID-19 of recent. These are common indoors biological pollutants. Bacteria, mold, viruses, parasites, dust mites, cockroach parts, and pollen. Biological pollutants can travel through the air and are not always easy to see. Yes, you need the instrument of the mentality of the laboratory to really diagnose or confirm the presence and even the name of the pathogen. Some of the common pathogens that may spread via airborne transmission are anthrax, aspergillosis, spermatocytosis, chickenpox, adenovirus, enterovirus, rotavirus, influenza, even conjunctivitis. The bacteria do cause conjunctivitis and viruses too. So it must be for proactivity, they must monitor these things in laboratory by surveillance and epidemiological study of the environment. Health implications. The health implications: airborne air pollution makes people sick. Yes, it causes breathing problems because that is the only way oxygen can come in and promote cancer. And it harms plants, animals, and their ecosystems in which they live. Some air pollutants return to Earth in the form of acid rain and snow, which corrode statues and buildings, damage crops and forests, and make lakes and streams unsuitable for fish. You can imagine the fish you eat. It could even serious create what you call famine in the land and other plants and animal life. So there is that serious need for us to monitor the air that we have in our environment. Common airborne diseases like common cold, which can develop from rhinovirus, chickenpox, whooping cough, a bacterial infection caused by Bordetella pertussis, and present we are still talking about it, COVID-19, caused by SARS-CoV-2 virus. WHO recommendation. After years of intensive research and deliberation with experts across the globe, the WHO updated its 2005 Global Air Quality Guidelines, AQG, in September. The new air quality guideline states are ambitious and reflect the large impact that air pollution has on global health. They recommended aiming for annual mean concentration of 2.5 particulate matters, not exceeding 5 micrograms per. And these are what developed countries would easily stick to. In developing countries, we are blessed. We don't have much of this industrialization. But regardless, we use coal, and the number of vehicles emission is high. So there's also a need to start that prevention. Prevention and control continue. The updated WHO AQG are bold and stress the importance of lowering air pollution concentration at every level. The benefits are clear. Lowering air pollution level will lead to enormous improvements in public health for people of all ages breathing cleaner air. We support the recommendation of the new WHO and urge nations to use the WHO as a guide for ambitious air quality and emission reduction policies around the world. The other ones, biological, is just to dust control, minimize dust entering your place, your room, your parlor, and possibly, if you are in a very dusty area, you use face masks. Hand washing is another step, very hygienic. The more hand washing you do, the lesser you transfer these organisms, biological pollutants, into your systems. Thank you.